It's time once again for America's favorite show, The Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd, brought to you by drfloyd.com.
In our last episode, evil mastermind Dr. Steve and his sock-shaped assistant Fidgert had time jumped to Maryland in 1791. They planned to ask Benjamin Banneker some questions, as well as steal his famous wooden clock. We find the two troublemakers now standing at Benjamin Banneker's front door.
Yes, hello?
Good evening, Mr. Banneker, sir. I hope we're not intruding.
No. I'm just making sure my surveying gear's all in proper order.
We're not here to ask you to take a survey.
No. I'm going out to take a survey.
Oh, I see. So you're going to go answer some questions about how you feel on a certain topic.
No, that's taking a survey. I'm going out to take a survey.
Oh, my.
The survey you are talking about is doing research by asking questions.
Yes?
The survey I'm talking about is measuring positions and distances on the Earth.
I see. So you're planning on going out and taking some measurements.
Yes, but not just any measurements, my good man. I've been asked by Major Andrew Ellicott to help him survey the land for the new territory of Columbia.
The territory of Columbia? Don't you mean the District of Columbia, the capital of the United States? Right, the territory of Columbia. Well, we won't take up too much of your time. We had just heard about the wooden clock you had made, and we're curious about it.
Oh, sure, the clock. That's all anyone ever wants to see. It's not, hey, Banneker, how's the surveying going? Or, hey, Banneker, when's the next eclipse? It's always, let me see the clock.
Follow
me, it's in the back room.
Oh no, Dr. Steve is mere moments away from seeing Benjamin Banneker's wooden clock. Let's catch up with our heroes as they are just landing in Maryland in 1791 in a small wooded area near Benjamin Banneker's house.
Dr. Steve's ship landed about 100 yards that way on the other side of the Baciocco River.
What could he be up to here in Maryland in 1791?
Dr. Floyd, didn't Benjamin Banneker live around here during this time?
You're right, Chips, he did. I bet Dr. Steve is plotting to steal something from him.
Who was Benjamin Banneker?
Benjamin Banneker was known for many things. He helped survey the land for what would become the nation's capital, and he self-taught himself astronomy, and he wrote several almanacs that were very popular.
Golly!
More importantly, as a free African-American during the time of slavery, he wrote several letters to Thomas Jefferson asking for justice for African-Americans. Jefferson wrote back and praised Banneker and his work.
Yes. Benjamin Banneker was a true American who did a lot of good for our country. All the more reason we gotta foil whatever plot Dr. Steve has in mind.
Right. Benjamin Banneker's house is this way.
Yes, wait a minute. Looky here.
What's that, Dr. Floyd?
Wouldn't you say this sort of squarish-sized piece of white oak is just the right size to use as a doorstop in the centrifuge room?
Hey, yeah, that worked perfect. It would sure make it easier for you to hear me when I'm yelling at you from the top of the stairs.
It sure would. Let me go put this in the ship right now, and then
There's no time, Dr. Floyd. We've got to find Dr. Steve.
All right. I'll bring it with us.
As our heroes head off in the direction of Benjamin Banneker's house, let's return there ourselves, where Mr. Banneker is now showing Dr. Stephen Fidgert his hand-carved clock.
Here's the clock right here.
Yes, impressive. All made out of wood, eh?
Yep. Each piece carved by hand.
Quality craftsmanship, to be sure. But if you don't mind me asking, how did you go about it?
Go about what?
Well, you'd never built a clock before this, right? How did you go about learning how to do it?
Well, that took time. If you'll pardon the pun. Well, you see what I did, I borrowed a pocket watch and then completely took it apart and made a drawing of each part. Then I put it back together and used the drawings to make my own version out of wood.
I see.
If you want to learn how something works, a good way to do so is to carefully take it apart and study each piece. Then carefully put it back together and you'll know what each piece is for and how it makes the whole thing work. That's how I taught myself clockmaking and built this little beauty here.
That's exactly what I wanted to know.
What is?
How to figure out how something works. Well, I certainly appreciate your time, Mr. Banneker. I guess we'll be going now. Boy, you know, I would love to have a clock just like that one.
I guess when I'm done with the survey for the Capitol, I could make you one.
Oh, no. No need to go to all the trouble. We'll just take this one.
Hey!
Run, Fidgert, run!
Hey, come back with that!
Dr. Stephen Fidgert dashed to the front door with Benjamin Banneker in hot pursuit. As they open the door and sprint out, they run directly into the arriving Dr. Floyd, Dr. Grant, and Chips. Look out! Oh, Floyd, you found me, but you won't stop me. Come on, Fidgert, I've got the clock. He's getting away!
That thief stole my clock.
No, he didn't, Mr. Banneker. I've got it right here.
But I saw him running away with something wooden under his arm.
That was just a piece of white oak I'd picked up to use as a doorstop for the centrifuge room.
Centrifuge room?
Never mind, Mr. Banneker. When we all crashed into each other, we must have mixed up the clock and the block of wood I was carrying.
Won't he be surprised when he stops running and sees what he has?
Here's your clock back, Mr. Banneker.
Thank you. Much appreciated to get this back. Now, if you'll all excuse me, I've got to keep getting ready to survey for the Capitol.
Sure thing. Good luck.
Well, we saved the day again, Dr. Floyd.
We sure did. Well, let's go see about getting a doorstop.
And as our heroes go off in search of a doorstop, we shall close the door on this episode. Will Dr. Floyd be able to find a suitable doorstop for the centrifuge room? Just what was Dr. Floyd centrifuging in the centrifuge room anyway? And what will Dr. Steve say when he takes a good look at what he thinks is Benjamin Banneker's clock?
This thing sure doesn't tell time all that well. It'd make a better doorstop than a clock.
Find out next time on the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd.
Episode number 809 of the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd starred Jordan Black as Benjamin Banneker and Maura Quirk as Chips. www.mauraquirk.com. Music for this episode by Jody Whitesides. www.jodywhitesides.com. This episode was written by Grant Baciocco. Episode number 809 of the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd is copyright 2010 Grant Baciocco and Doug Price. All rights reserved.
Clear the airwaves! Clear the airwaves! It's time now for the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd Imagination Nation Ranger's secret message. Remember, kids, only children with the official Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd Imagination Ranger's secret decoder ring can decode today's secret message. You can get your own ring right now over at www.drfloyd.com/store. Okay, kids, grab your secret decoder ring and a pencil and paper and prepare to set your imagination to fun. Here comes today's secret message. And here is the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd Imagination Nation Ranger's secret message for episode number 809, Stealing Time. 13, 3, 17, 17, 8, 6, 8, 1, 5, 3, 4, 14, 5, 1, 8, 8, 15, 18, 15, 14, 8, 1, 15. And that was a secret message to you from Dr. Floyd himself. You can decode today's secret message only with the Imagination Nation Ranger's secret decoder ring, available to everyone at www.drfloyd.com/store. Get yours today and set your imagination to fun.
Hey, Fidget, you know what? I'm totally cool.
Oh, really? We're hanging it now.
Because I've just signed up for a Twitter account.
What?
Yes, it's at www.twitter.com/evilmastermind.
And what are you gonna do with that?
Well, I plan to send out totally inspirational and completely evil messages to all my followers.
Oh, brother.
Hey, look, if it worked for Richard Simmons, it'll work for me.
Don't just sit there. You're under strict orders to go to www.prairie.com. Hip.